Welcome to Koco Plays with himself. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, Dave Koco, and this is a Let's Play channel. We're the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Boston Red Sox. Alright, we're 20-6 in first place. We're kind of a bit of a losing streak, but we came into Boston and started winning. So let's get this rocking and rolling. Dun dun dun! Choose pitcher. And all my pitchers are getting tired. You're smiling, you don't even have a choice. There you go. Let's do this. Can we go 3-0, baby? None of those buttons mean absolutely nothing. Today's topic is been one that's been bugging me for a while. Not been bugging me, but been asked for a really long time. Because spoiler, I am not very good looking. I know you're like, hey, a grown man playing RBI baseball, talking about stuff. He has to look like George Clooney. Not the case. Not the case at all. And my wife, she is better than me at everything. Just at everything in life. So, like, a lot of people are like, how did a fucking loser like that get a girl like that? And they're always like, oh, how did you get your wife? How did you get your wife? And I just recently watched the ending season. I'm way behind. But I finally caught up and saw the season finale of How I Met Your Mother. And I really enjoyed the show. I thought it had an awesome ending. I know there was some controversy, but for people that had that controversy, you're wrong. I hate to bring up hot topics like a show that ended 6 years ago, long ago. And also congratulations to Longo. While we were on our little break of Koco Plays, he got married. So congratulations, Longo. I'll tell you personally, Longo, how I met you. So I'm going to tell you this story like How I Met Your Mother style. I was very young. I was a teenager. I was stationed on Mount Fuji, and I was in the Marine Corps. And at the time, I thought this was a good idea. It's a horrible idea because I had a lot of scars on my coconut. But at the time, I was like, oh, me and my buddy Legos, we decided to save money on haircuts. How do we save money on haircuts? We just shaved our heads bald, and I do not look good bald. I hope I don't lose my heap of hair because, oh god, there's scars and dents in my coconut like crazy. So I was bald teenager in Mount Fuji. And Mount Fuji, especially the Marine Corps base, the local townspeople don't want you to stay there, so they give you, like, I think at the time they were giving us bus fares and all that just to leave town. And we'd always go to Roppongi, because Roppongi is good for the three F's. Food, fights, and fucks. And in the Marine Corps, that's what we looked forward to. So we left Mount Fuji. At the time, it felt like a short ride. Oh, crap. I can't lose this, folks. I gotta focus here. I know you want to hear how I met your mother, or how I met my wife, but oh my goodness, I might be losing here, folks. Let me focus here. It's a long story. This might be a two-parter, folks. If not, I also have the new rule is if I run out of stuff to talk about on the topic, I'm just going to go to three R's rather.com and answer some questions there. But this might be a two-parter. So, alright, I gotta get into this inning, folks. I know you want to hear the story of how I met your mother, but right now I am battling with Red Sox. Alright, got it. So, we would always go to Roppongi, and I really wasn't a nightclub guy at all. I actually didn't like it at all. But, that's where everyone went. That's where we went. It was so funny, too, because we'd always go as a group of, 4 or 5 people. We're like, all right, we're not going to break up. And, 10 minutes into the club, we never saw each other ever again until we had to check back in the next, after the 72 hours or 48 hours, depending on how long we had. All right, come on, Jennings. Bang! Jennings, hit a home run. Come on, boy, come on. Oh, man. I am not very good at RBI baseball. I haven't played in a while, so I'm a little rusty. Plus, Cynical on YouTube gave us a game to play, so we're going to add more games. We have a Mac and a Skype, and people have been sending me games. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to try more games than just RBI baseball. Bam. He sent me a Star Wars game. Oh, am I going to be horrible at it? But, change it up. Just go a little more traditional Let's Play type games. Alright, so yeah, we'd always go to Mount Fuji. And I was hanging out with this girl who was an eye doctor. And she was really cute, and we had a good time. And we were just friends, I like to take it slow. You always read online, like, oh, the friend zone. I'm like, I don't want no crazy bitches, dude. I'd rather I'd rather just take it slow. You know, I fear STDs and crazy bitches. So, you know, this eye doctor we went to all different places. It was a lot of fun. We went to Tokyo Tower, saw it. But then back in our days, we would ask, you know, hey, are we going steady? So before she left, one of her friends came up, the eye doctor girl, and said, hey, you know, my friend wants to ask you out. You guys want to go steady? And I said, sure. He's like, all right, I'll see you here next Saturday. You know, gotta, I don't know, do something. Should probably do something like, I don't know, eyeball surgery or something. I don't know. So I was like, all right, cool. See you next Saturday. So, so like, I just went home, played video games. You know, at that time, I think the PlayStation was out. That's all we played was NHL. Yeah, it was PlayStation. It wasn't PlayStation 2 yet. Oh, come on, was that you to Jesus? You gotta get on base, pal. So I just chilled out till next Saturday, and I showed up crazy early because anyone who knows me, I show up early to everything. Like, if I show up 15 minutes early, I apologize for being late. Man, why do I swing at everything? I should apologize. All right, come on. Oh, our leadoff guy got a hit. Our leadoff guy's 2 for 2. We're turning things around in 2016, baby. We are turning things around. So I got there early, and I was like, oh. And then I saw a bunch of my Marine Corps brothers, and the bar was pretty empty. And I did something kind of a cool accomplishment. So like everyone started buying me free drinks. And you know, I'm not gonna say no, it's free drinks. You know, I used to drink a lot back then, too much to be honest. And so I got completely plastered. And I was like, oh no, I got to meet eye doctor girl. You know, eye doctor girl is kind of important at this point in my life. But I'm way too drunk. Matter of fact, I am so drunk. I'm at the bar next door, just chilling out and just sitting there. And I don't know if this part is true, because in Japan at the time there was a lot of drugs and drinks. So you were high, drunk, the whole 9 yards. And I think I saw my 6th grade teacher and a fat girl, and I went over to talk to my 6th grade teacher who I had a crush on. None of this could be true, by the way. This is completely plastered at its highest level, so I don't want to ruin my reputation with my 6th grade teacher. So I go over and start dancing with her, and she has a fat friend. And the fat friend obviously likes me because, you know, me and fat girls go hand in hand. So, but I'm like, no, I don't want to dance with you, fat girl. I want to dance with, and I called her by my 6th grade teacher's name. And there's a good chance, there's a huge chance that this lady was not my 6th grade teacher. And I'm just randomly yelling at some white girl in Tokyo saying, you're my 6th grade teacher, and I want to fuck you. Yeah. I was full of class back then. So the fat friend's getting really aggressive and like dance with me and stuff. I'm like, listen, I don't want to sleep with you. I want to sleep with my 6th grade teacher. What don't you fucking understand about this, you crazy woman? So, so that doesn't go well because my 6th grade teacher, allegedly, not really her, most likely, is pissed that I called her friend fat. Her and her fat friend leave, and I just decide, hey, you know what? I'm done. I'm done chasing my 6th grade teacher, her fat friend, and I'm definitely not sober enough to meet eyeglass girl, no, eye doctor girl. So I decide to sober up, and by sobering up, I mean puke all over the bathroom, bad. I even went to security like, yeah, dude, I puked bad. And then the security guy's like, oh, don't worry about it. And he was so cool about it, you know, Japan, they're just, they're made to handle drunks. And just the companies in general, they're like, oh yeah, completely. Like it's funny because like back then, I don't know if it's still this way because I'm old and don't go. You had to have a drink. Like it didn't matter how drunk you were. You could be as drunk as you wanted. But you needed a fresh drink in your hand. So like they were like, yeah, it was a different time. It wasn't like, oh, let me call you a cab. Oh my God, you're wrecking my bar. It's like, do you have a drink? You can stay. I had drinks at that time, and I went, sat down, puked, fell asleep, woke up, and they put me in an alley. But they were real nice about it. They give me a blanket. They were so gentle about it. Like in New York City or any big clubbing area, they would probably just beat the hell out of me and send me out. No, they just gently put me outside in the trash and gave me a blanket. And they're just like, all right. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll have to come back here next week. But, as you guessed, going steady did not work out with Eyeglass Girl because I missed it. So I was like, oh man, I gotta come to she's gonna come tomorrow. I'm gonna sober up. So I did this, not my proudest moment. I saved money on hotels. I would sleep in museums and laundromats. And I decided throughout the day to sleep at a museum. And that was the same day a class trip came into town, and a bunch of students were poking me with a stick, going, "Why is this drunk American here?" And I'm like, USA, USA, the world's finest. Anyway, so the next day I show up early, get a little sober, freshen up a little bit, the whole 9 yards, go there, and I do not meet eye doctor girl, but instead I meet a bunch of friends who are getting together, and I decide that there's there's me, who I don't like clubbing, I don't like dancing, and one of their friends don't like clubbing and dancing. So I'm just like, oh, so we can start off a conversation, and spoiler, not spoiler, but I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Swerve! Eyeglass girl is not your mother, as my kids already know, because my wife is not an eye doctor. So, the girl that I danced with, who didn't like dancing, didn't like clubs, was my wife, and her friends dragged her out, my friends dragged me out, because, like, literally, even though I had good times, if my friends didn't say, "Oh, dude, come on out," I would just read books and play video games, like, for years, and people were like, "Dude, you're in Tokyo, you can't just play video games," and holy crap, I'm winning. They're like, "You can't just play video games and read books." I was like, "Screw you, when I get married, that's all I'm gonna do." But yeah, so they always dragged me out. They dragged her out, and I walked up to her and started dancing with her. And her friend, who you know is not a big fan of Koco plays, or me for that matter, said, "Oh, he's not that good looking." I'm like, "Boy, come on, I know I'm not that good looking." So my wife, who's not paying attention, turns around and says, "Oh, I don't like Americans." And at the time, Happy Gilmore was, you know, my guide and savior of picking up girls. So I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not American. I'm Canadian," which is true. I'm 50% Canadian, and that made her laugh because I'm an ugly, cheap version of Adam Sandler, and I guess she found that attractive. And we were trying to start a conversation because, hey, when you're not good looking, you got to be witty. So tip one: not good looking, and you can talk just a little bit. Don't go to loud. If you're not good looking, just don't go to loud nightclubs. That's it. You got to talk to them. You got to impress them somehow. So we couldn't hear each other talk, and I said, "Do you want to leave? You want to go out? Let's go to McDonald's." And she thought we were going to a nice restaurant, but I was clear that it was McDonald's, so she was a bit shocked about McDonald's. And we ate McDonald's because, you know, I'm a classy guy like that. And her friends came by, and I just remember I was really poor and really hungry all the time. And while she was talking to her friends, I ate all her food. But she didn't notice. She noticed later, but like once we dated, she's like, "You're a fat son of a bitch. You're always..." And I didn't eat. I wasn't fat then because I ran 18 miles a day. Shit, she got robbed. But I would always, I would, I would always eat her food. And the first night she never noticed. I was like, "Oh, this could be the one." She didn't even notice I drank all her soda. She didn't even notice I ate all her chicken nuggets. So after that, we just hung out, and we slowly but surely dated. I did meet eye doctor girl later, and oh god, did she hate me. She was just like, "I can't believe it. My friend said, and you this and that." I'm like, alright, well, what are you gonna do, pal? What are you gonna do? I'm sorry, it didn't work out. I felt bad because usually I'm the one that was getting dumped and being angry at someone, and this time it was me. And I was just like, "I'm not used to this. What are you supposed to say? It's not you, it's me." So, poor eye doctor. It's funny because even now I wear glasses, and if I go see an eye doctor, my wife's like, "It better not be that bitch from the club." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I hope not either." I doubt she remembers me, considering I was young and skinny back then. But, you know. Yeah. Alright, got a double out of that. Great job. Great job. So there you go, and then we became friends and all that. Plus, I lied to her too. I didn't really... I lied to her. I just kind of stretched the truth, but I lied to her. She asked how old I was, and I was a teenager. Because I was in a nightclub, you know, no one ID'd me. All my friends were Marines in their late 20s and 30s, because I was just so young and got promoted so fast, so it was like, oh, there's teenage Koco hanging out with fucking Marines that are like 20s and that. So she's like, oh, he might look young, but he's probably... Yeah, home run. We haven't had a home run in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, this might have to be a part 2 story. Maybe we can get a 10-run rule here. We haven't had a 10-run rule in a real long time. So yeah, so like she asked how old I was, and I said, well, I did lie, but I kind of like protect. I was like, well, you have to be 21 or up to be in the club. You know, that's not really a lie. So she's like, oh, so you're 21? I'm like, something like that. She's like, 22? Like, something like that. So she just assumed, you know, being in the Marines, having a bunch of old Marine friends, being in a nightclub, I was in my 20s. And no, I was actually a very, very young teenager because I joined the Marines pretty young and I got promoted. And yeah, she was shocked by that. She's like, I can't believe how young you are. I'm like, we're already dating. You're in love. Sucker! Who's laughing now? Probably her. She's spending all my money. But she's married to an ugly guy who plays RBI baseball on YouTube. So who's the real... I made myself sad. So yeah, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, we dated. And when I got stationed in different places, she followed. We lived in Okinawa together, got our own apartment. And she came to North Carolina when I was stationed there for a little bit. So it was cool. And yeah, so, and then one of my, I was going on a date with her, and my friends were like, my friends were really racist, you know, it was the Marine Corps infantry, it was white people are us, they're like, you can't date anyone but inside your race, I can't believe it. So it's funny, because like nowadays people are like, oh man, it'd be great to, you know, date a Japanese girl. It's kind of like, online fucking fantasy of a lot of people. But back then, being in fucking KKK with rifles, no, people actually hated me. Like, they gave me duty and stuff. But one time, my friends tried to talk me into hanging out with them and playing NHL all night, because that's what we did when we weren't fighting, fucking, and food or whatever the fuck I said in Roppongi. We would always just play NHL like forever, full seasons and nights, whole teams. It was amazing. It was pretty cool because like back in the day, there was dudes with nothing but money and time stuck in buildings, and when we weren't shooting, you know, the bad guys, so to say, we were playing video games. Join the Marine Corps today. Tons of video games. Man, people are really gonna fucking regret to join the Marine Corps if they believe that. But yeah, we played a lot of video games. But they wanted me to play NHL because like I was upstairs champion and they were like downstairs champion, and it was like 2 different leagues. And they're like, dude, oh, you're upstairs champion? Upstairs fucking suck. Come down here, downstairs champ. I'll beat your ass in NHL. And I was like, please. But my wife wanted to go on a date, so we went on a date instead. And the friends that I was supposed to challenge actually got killed because they drank too much, and someone dropped someone out the window, and I was on a date, so it was like kind of like little fate. And you know, in the Marine Corps, a lot of your friends die. Just they die a lot. And I remember she wanted to get married, and I was like, I'm probably gonna be dead anyway. So I wasted all my money, and I was a bookie. It was a lot of money. Your mom's original ring. I don't know why I'm still talking to my kids. Maybe my kids will watch this later. Wife's original ring was really expensive, and I was like the base bookie. And yeah, we spent all that money on a ring, and we got married. And I did not think I was going to live this long. I didn't think I was going to have kids. I didn't think I was going to have my own R.B.I. Let's Play channel. You never know. Lord Funk works in mysterious ways. But that's how I met your mother. That's about it, I think. I was looking at my notes, see if I was going to say anything else, but probably not. I think that's it. Yep. And then we got married a couple times, because we got married, you know, legally, got married in the States, got married here, on a couple honeymoons, we traveled a lot. It was a lot of fun. So, there you go. I thought this story was going to be a lot longer. Well, I was wrong. You were right. I don't know where I was going with that. So that's how I met my wife. And yes, my wife is smarter than me, better looking than me. But you know what? Just be a nice guy and use the steel line from Adam Sandler and you should be good. That's when in doubt. That's some good advice right there. Holy crap, he just hit a triple. Come on, man. I'm going to have to go to my bullpen here. How tired is this son of a gun here? Oh, you're pretty tired. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to auto runs. Should we go Yates? That's a nice beard. Let's go Yates. McGee, Boxberger, Jespin, Fiery. Jespin doesn't have a strikeout yet. Should we go with that? Oh, 4. Oh, he sucks. I don't understand. Like, I wish I could cut this guy. No energy. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's go, Jespin. You're the only guy in the bullpen that doesn't have a strikeout. Oh, Shane Victorino. We know my love for Shane Victorino, how I trade him. Alright, I thought that was going to be a 2-shower. I kind of ramped that show up. I thought, ha ha ha, threw the eyeglass girl in there. Ha 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 ha. Nope. I thought that was a 2-shower, and it's only a 7th inninger. So after this inning, we will go to Rather. All right. Boom. Oh my goodness! Come on, you son of a bitch! All right, let's focus here, folks. I was playing a lot better when I was too busy in my story. So that's it. Oh, you gotta put the tag down quicker than that. Fuck turds. Alright, boom. Yeah, and I got a Star Wars game, got other games. I'm gonna try. I want to really try my hardest on Koco Plays. And the problem is, A, I'm not that good, but besides not being that good, it's time factor. I gotta become way more successful and have a lot more time. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and that'll happen. Like, I had a lot of time today, but I just hung out with Leo instead. You know, who doesn't want to hang out with their little kid instead of play R.B.I. baseball? But yeah, I'm going to play Sidicles. Check out his YouTube channel. He bought me Star Wars, and he wants to see me play, because I'm not very good at the video games. At 2D, I'm pretty good. Sports games, I'm usually good. Alright, I'm really in trouble. Is this son of a bitch got a strikeout yet? Alright, there you go, just tag him. He survived the inning. Did he? It's a magnificent inning, to be honest. Alright, let's go to Would You Rathers. Here we go. Oh, first one, right off the bat, difficult one. Would you rather receive $1 billion? That's a lot of money, that's like Powerball stuff. Or have $10,000 go to each 100,000 poor African families. Ah, shit. I'm slow. That's me. Alright, come on, Longo. Longo having one hell of a game. Longo might be better as a married man than single. Congratulations on being married, Longo. Alright, come on. Look at this. My guys, they're not doing too bad. Thank goodness the Red Sox are in town. I never thought the Red Sox would be the guys that would do it. Alright. Would you rather receive $1 billion or have $10,000 go to 100,000 poor African families? Now this really challenges me, because you know earlier for the Rather game they said, would you want $1 million or a lightsaber? And I chose, or like no, it was save a kid in Africa or have a lightsaber. And I was like, oh, I'll just save the kid in Africa, you know. And I really meant that. I'm being genuine with these answers. Now this is where this one comes into play. I would love to tell you that I would give $10,000 each to 100,000 African families. I would love to tell you that, and like it would haunt me for the rest of my life. I would even, oh, come on, Longo. What, thinking about your wife? Thinking about your honeymoon? Don't get your head in the game, Longo? Congratulations again, Longo, but get your head in the game, pal. Alright, there we go. I you know what? There's a part of me that I really would love to say give $10,000 to 100,000 poor Americans. And like, I want to say that, but I know like I would probably receive the $1 billion and lie to myself. I'd be like, well, I could do more good with that money than that, and it's definitely not true. The $10,000 going to 100,000 poor African families would be way better. And normally, you know, I would feed hungry African kids before getting a lightsaber. But $1 billion, that's a lot of Koco Plays. That's like you can do whatever you want. That's fuck you money. And like, I'm being honest here. I would lie to myself, and I would feel tremendously guilty, and I would try to help as many people as I could. But I think this is the first would you rather. I'd have to be greedy. And I feel horrible. Like, I feel horrible. Like, I wish I could lie to you. I wish I could come on here, sit down, and be like, hey, you know what? I would rather give $10,000. Oh my god, when I actually say it out loud, it hurts. When I actually say it out loud, it hurts. Oh, whoa, we're still up. I didn't know I was up. Oh, Shane Victorino. Jespin, you're out of here, pal. Let's get Jespin out of here. Who should we get? Get Boxberger? Let's get Boxberger. You're a closer. Let's close time. Shane Victorino. Shane, you'd be on my team if we could make trades. I hope R.B.I. Baseball 2016 does that. You gotta make more great sport games for Mac. You know, I'd love to see WWE 2K, you know, maybe some Darth Koco, led by Dave Koco. You have to watch that on Cynical. But maybe, you know, the TEW, I know TEW 16's coming out. I don't know. Plus, like, you can always get the downloads and all that. I don't know. I might have to get a PC or get a capture card so I can play Mario Maker and Splatoon. My little kid Cheese is in the Splatoon finals. I'm trying to change the subject. Please don't think I'm a horrible person for taking the $1 billion. Because trust me, I know I'm a horrible person. Let's see what the percentage is. Hold on. Receive $1 billion. It actually hurts me to click it. Like, I know it's not real, but like I'm mentally preparing myself. Like, the right answer, the good answer, is to give $10,000 to 100,000 poor African families. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I promise you I'm going to lie to myself and start charities, but I'm going with $1 billion because I'm a jerk. Oh my god. I hope people are lying. Only 38% of people, 62% of people said they would do the right thing. Oh, I'm a horrible person. Oh my god, I wish I could lie to you. Because, you know, lightsaber, hold on. The lightsaber was more valuable than $1 billion? I'm starting to question the internet's integrity on this. You know, like, I would definitely help African family and African kids and all that. I have no idea what's playing that music right now. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, that's probably the angels coming down to slaughter me. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm starting to think the internet's honest. Here's question of the day. Question of the day. Hey, bring up topics. You know, I'll bring up topics in the future. Maybe do more rather stuff and all that. But here's the topic. This is it. Because I wonder if I'm alone. I'm coming at 38%. What is that noise? It's driving me crazy, I tell you. I'm gonna go insane because I'm so greedy. The people watching, like, there is no music. I'm like, oh no. But yeah, 10,000. Oh, man, I want to be with 60. I think some people lie. All right, so here it is. Question of the day: would you rather receive $1 billion or have $10,000 go to 100,000 poor African people? Fucking, I'm an asshole. But be honest. Be 100% honest, because I feel completely guilty. But I would definitely take the $1 billion, and I would lie to myself. I would start charities. I'd start bringing kids in from Africa. I would definitely take the $1 billion. I would even lie to myself, be like, well, you know, if I gave all that money, oh my god, I'm such a 1%er. I'd be like, well, if I gave all that money to those families, you know, there would be criminals who would steal it from them. Now that I have the money, I can protect. Oh, I'm such a horrible person. I would buy those lies in a second. Anyway, I hope I'm not the only horrible one. I hope there's someone else that would get the $1 billion. Alright, like, comment, subscribe. In 2016, I hope to do more Koco Plays. Even if it's not RBI Baseball, hopefully I can do a bunch of stuff. Alright, with that, I'm such a horrible person. Who the fuck takes the $1 billion? I thought for sure the internet would be with me. $1 billion, I'm a horrible person. With that, I am over.